Outsmarted by 6D Pegasus. You fell right into my trap. Twilight Sparkle trotted quietly through the slums of Manhattan, the pitter-patter of light rain blending with the distant trotting of hoofs to fill her ears with soft, soothing ambience. It was a perfect backdrop for a pleasant read, but that was not why she was here. Briefly checking for prying eyes, she dived into a nearby alleyway. Lighting her horn, she took out 2 pieces of paper from her saddlebag and examined them. The first one donned a portrait of a lilac unicorn's devilish grin, purple and teal bangs cascading from either side of her horn. The glare of her blue eyes bored deeply into her own. "Catch me," they teased. Below the portrait was a caption, "Wanted, Starlight Glimmer, 1,000,000 bits, dead or alive." Twilight glanced over to her other paper, an intricate map of the city with her current location circled bright red. It cost a lot of bits to acquire that info, but she knew it would be worth it. She scanned the alleyway and spotted her destination, a rectangular section of wall with traces of unusual magic. With a swipe of her horn, she peeled away the illusion and reached a hoof to the revealed wooden door. Zap! A brilliant bolt of electricity arched from the handle to her hoof but danced harmlessly across her body before disappearing into the ground.
Ha! Protective ward? Saw that one coming, Glimmy. Nothing a basic defensive enchantment can't stop.
Confident there were no more wards, Twilight pushed forward through the door and into the dark. Suddenly, the door slammed shut behind her. Her surroundings were bathed in a blinding white glow, and Twilight instinctively shielded her eyes. When her eyes adjusted, she looked again and found herself in a wide, empty warehouse. Far in front of her stood her target, the criminal unicorn. Starlight cackled.
"So, you found my lair. I congratulate, Twilight. But unfortunately, this is where your journey ends."
Her horn lit with bright, teal magic as a giant boulder fell from the ceiling onto Twilight, crushing her with a splat. Starlight blinked, then laughed wildly.
"Fool! It's been a long ride. I bid you Oh, you didn't even touch me."
Starlight whirled around in shock and gaped as Twilight walked out from behind the rock, completely unharmed.
"How?"
Twilight brushed off her foreleg.
"It's quite simple, really. Before I entered, I cast a quick spell to create a decoy of myself. Then I made myself invisible and walked safely behind."
Starlight smirked.
"Very clever. However, I only expected this."
She gestured to the ground.
"I knew you would fake your initial entrance. That's why I booby-trapped the floor around the rock trap."
Twilight felt a sharp prick on her hoof. She looked down and lifted her foreleg, spotting a thin needle protruding from the ground.
"Soon the effects of the Ardora flower's deadly poison will render you completely paralyzed, allowing me to finish you off myself."
Twilight smirked back.
"I see, but I already knew you'd use this poison on me."
She reached into her saddlebag and levitated out a vial of green viscous fluid.
"You remember the day you bought your Ardora flower? In that back alley in Canterlot, you ran into a mare to whom you profusely apologized and ran off. It was me, Starlight. I was the mare you bumped into. I had been following you secretly for weeks. Once I knew what you might use on me, I concocted the antidote."
She quickly popped the cork off and downed the vial in one gulp, licking her lips smugly at Starlight. Starlight only grinned back.
"Oh, but I wanted you to know. You remember the next day when you went to gather the ingredients? The sweet mare you bought the herbs and powders from? It was me, Twilight. I was the mare heading that shop. All the ingredients I gave you were fake. Fake! Your antidote won't save you now."
Twilight gasped in horror.
"No! What did you do to that mare? Did you kill her?" "No, that's always been me. That's my part-time job." "Oh."
Starlight chuckled.
"But it matters not, Twilight. The poison will be reaching your brain any second now."
Twilight blinked. Starlight blinked.
Why aren't you writhing in agony yet?
Twilight snickered.
Oh, Starlight, you thought you gave me the fake ingredients? I knew all along you were my vendor, and I knew you'd try to trick me. So the night before, I broke into your store and swapped the fake ingredients with the real ones. So when you tried to sell me the fake ingredients, you were really selling me the real ones. But I knew you'd break into my store. That's why I replaced everything with fake ingredients. I was prepared in case you did that, Starlight, and I actually made a second antidote at home using my own ingredients. I didn't know you were a botanist. You do now.
Twilight shot a streak of purple lightning towards Starlight, striking her in the chest.
And now you're dead.
Starlight stepped out from behind her mannequin.
I also use decoys. My lightning can jump between targets.
And it did.
My shield is lightning-proof.
And it was.
Not against my lightning.
And it wasn't.
I can teleport away. I prepared a circle to block teleports before arriving. I disabled it. You disabled the decoy. Nah, I'm pretty sure I got it. Girls!
Twilight and Starlight looked up from the game board and over to the door where Spike stared back, visibly annoyed.
Can you two keep your game down while the dragon is trying to have his nap? Sheesh!
Spike slammed the door shut and stomped away. Starlight deadpanned at Twilight and raised an eyebrow.
Really? Breaking into my store now?
Twilight stood up.
Hey, I did say there were no rules, but you won't get away next time.
Starlight grinned back mischievously.
Let's hope you're better prepared.
Inspired by https://www.youtube.com/watch?v equals lowercase x 2 Y 5 minus 4 lowercase k capital L lowercase b 5 lowercase l.
We here at Pony&Wolf Productions thank these amazing patrons of ours for their monthly support, without which all of this would not be possible. We sincerely appreciate it, and every dollar helps, is needed, and will be used to keep us going to produce audiobooks for your continued enjoyment. It is, now more than ever, important that you support your favorite creators if possible, due to YouTube changing in a way that is not very friendly to content creators. Especially small content creators, like us. In recent months, the names you see on screen have enabled Midnight and Visual Pony to keep going and only having to sell off part of their belongings to not end up on the street. As an incentive for everyone, Visual Pony has broken a vow and has promised to read and record Fallout Equestria, Murky number 7, should the monthly support reach $1,500. To be clear, this is the absolute minimum amount needed to keep the apartment and all bills paid without starving, while a production of this size is ongoing. The estimated time for this production would be 3 to 4 years, but people already said that Project Horizons was impossible to do, right? And now look who did it, so with Pony&Wolf, you know we can finish the job. For further information on how to support us, please have a look at the description of this video, as there are also other ways, like our merch store. Sincerely and forever yours, your Pony&Wolf team.